90 Day Fiancé's current season features the story of Stevi Nichole and Mahdi Al-Saadi, a cross-cultural couple who met online. Stevi hails from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, while Mahdi comes from Iran, which are two vastly different worlds. Mahdi and Stevi met while Stevi was teaching online English classes. Mahdi was one of her students and love bloomed virtually. Against all odds, Stevi was determined to bring Mahdi to the U.S. to become her husband. They not only come from different cultures, but they come from different generations, with Mahdi being 26 and Stevi being 37 at the time of filming. On 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, Stevi brings Mahdi to Mississippi, where Mahdi is overwhelmed by the differences in culture. Hattiesburg isn't the most progressive city, and Stevi has to help Mahdi acclimate, including winning over her tough-as-nails dad who believes people from Iran hate the U.S. Mahdi is uncomfortable with Stevi's art. Stevi paints nude portraits. Stevi teaches English online to pay the bills, but art is her passion. In Episode 1, Stevi explained that she loves painting abstract art, including the human body. Stevi enjoys painting nudes because she said it helps normalize different body types. Her work is colorful and feminine, and yes, includes nude images. Stevi's house was filled with her work, and when Mahdi arrived to her home after arriving in the U.S., he was put off by all of her art. Mahdi comes from a very strict conservative culture, so seeing nude paintings in Stevi's house was a shock for him. Stevi had told Mahdi about her interest in nude portraits, but he was still shocked to see them all on display. In Mahdi's country, possession of nude images can result in arrest, so it's a major adjustment for him. He looked visibly uncomfortable upon seeing Stevi's art. For Mahdi, Stevi's openness about nudity and is a foreign concept. Mahdi keeps questioning Stevi's. Mahdi is uncomfortable with Stevi's openness. Stevi's preference for painting nudes, in particular nude women, is a red flag for Mahdi. He's concerned that Stevi might actually be attracted to women. Mahdi said he had always wondered if Stevi was interested in women, and seeing her art reaffirmed his suspicions. Mahdi started questioning Stevi's early on, and he continued for many episodes. When Mahdi met Stevi's best friend, Claire, when they were looking at wedding venues, he discovered that Stevi had even painted her friend nude, and it made him extremely uncomfortable. He asked Stevi why she hadn't told him that she'd painted her friend nude, but Stevi didn't think it was a big deal. Claire and Stevi both assured Mahdi that there was nothing inappropriate going on between them. It was an awkward conversation, and Claire seemed worried that Mahdi was so put off by it. She has never mentioned that she has painted girls naked in person. Stevi has never kept anything from me, and knowing that she was with her friend naked, it just blows my mind. To be honest, she's giving me vibes again. Women being together is totally wrong in my culture, and I'm not okay with it. It's a big deal for Mahdi, and it made him take Stevi aside to ask her if she might be more interested in women. Stevi was rightfully offended by Mahdi's line of questioning, and she got irritated with him for continuing to ask her if she's. Stevi defended herself by saying she's never given Mahdi any reason to doubt her. Mahdi is dealing with culture shock in the U.S. Mahdi is experiencing many firsts. Mahdi's arrival in the U.S. had implications for him back home. Because of tense international relations between the U.S. and Iran, there's a good chance he won't be able to return to his country. Mahdi is homesick, especially on his first night in the U.S., and he shared with Stevi that he might want to go home. Mahdi's experiencing everything in the U.S. for the first time, so he's a bit overwhelmed with all of the freedom and change. In a telling moment, Mahdi saw an American flag and told Stevi that it was the first time he'd ever seen one that wasn't on fire. Mahdi is trying new foods like beignet and living in Stevi's home with a cat, which would be unheard of in Iran. It's all a lot for Mahdi to absorb. It's clear that Mahdi and Stevi have big cultural differences, the most concerning of which is Mahdi's obsession with questioning Stevi's. He's concerned that Stevi is hiding who she really is from him, and he's culturally against, which is a problem if he's living in the U.S., where people have the freedom to be who they are. If Mahdi and Stevi aren't able to work their issues out, the future of their relationship doesn't bode well. David Toborowski from 90 Day Fiancé shared the reason behind selling one of his houses in Thailand and hinted at a new goal. He and Annie first met at a bar in Thailand, eventually marrying in the United States in 2017 and becoming one of the most beloved couples in the franchise. In 2024, David and Annie decided to expand their family and underwent IVF treatment to conceive a child. They also relocated to Thailand for the birth of their daughter, so she could obtain both American and Thai citizenship. In March 2025, David and Annie's daughter was born. David just sold his one-bedroom condo in Thailand and is now excited about selling his two-bedroom condo as well. In a series of pictures featuring his wife, Annie, surrounded by majestic trees in the countryside, David revealed the motivation behind selling his house. He mentioned that he would soon share more details with his followers and teased, "If you really want to know what Annie's dream is, well, these pictures should give you an idea." He playfully mentioned, "I am not saying I am a farmer, but that would be her dream," and included the hashtag farming. What David's decision to sell his Thailand properties means. David and Annie dream of a peaceful life on a farm. David and Annie moved to Thailand in December 2024 and were planning to return to the United States after securing their daughter's Thai and American citizenship. It was previously speculated about that they would return to their home in Arizona by summer 2025, but their plans have since changed. With the arrival of their new baby, they are now focusing on their assets and determining the best way to utilize them to create a happy family life. They have decided to sell their two properties in Thailand to achieve their agricultural aspirations, fulfilling Annie's long-standing dream. Since David and Annie are interested in farming in Thailand, they don't appear to be returning to the United States anytime soon. Farming is their dream, and selling their condos could be their first financial step towards acquiring agricultural land in the countryside. David and Annie are actively working towards achieving their dream by liquidating their assets to invest in farmland. They aren't simply dreaming but taking concrete steps to make it happen. It seems that the 90-day fiancé couple is fully prepared to embrace an agricultural lifestyle. Our take on David Toborowski and Annie Sowin, Brandon Gibbs from 90 Day. The Last Resort shared some painful news about his father Rob Gibbs' health, as he continues to grieve the loss of his son. Brandon from Virginia has been married to Russian woman Julia Trubkina since 2020. Julia did not enjoy living with Brandon's parents and decided to move out of his farm. However, Ron's health issues prevented the couple from moving away. Ron was diagnosed with cancer and was doing well, per his latest appearances on shows like 90 Day Diaries and The Last Resort Season 2. Brandon and Julia are grieving the loss of their dog Simba, who died from a stroke. As they cope, they're also facing a new challenge with Ron's health. Brandon's latest update about Ron is concerning. Brandon shared a photo of himself and Julia sitting with their other dog, Nala, on a park bench near a lake. He captioned it, "This year has really tested us and our families." Julia wrote, "We miss you Simba every day, praying for Dad to get better," in the caption, sparking curiosity about Ron's well-being. Brandon's follower Hoagie12 commented, "Is Brandon's dad sick?" Brandon replied to them, "He just had a fall," with a disappointed face emoji. What Ron Gibbs' health update means. Brandon and Julia's relationship tested by family crisis. Brandon didn't share specific details about Ron's condition or how his fall happened. The couple is clearly going through a difficult time and may choose to open up more once Ron's health improves. Brandon and Julia's marriage has been marked by ongoing struggles, from clashes over her go-go dancing job in the U.S. to trust issues after she cheated on him with an ex. Julia has also declined to have children with Brandon and applied for her parents' U.S. visa without informing him, adding further strain to their relationship. Now Ron's health has become a new concern. During the Happily Ever After? Season 6 Tell-All, Brandon shared that his father was battling an unexplained illness. Ron and Betty had asked Brandon and Julia to move back in, but Julia responded dismissively, saying, "This is life," which came across as insensitive given the seriousness of the situation. Later, the Gibbs family requested prayers for Ron's recovery, and fans have begun sending well wishes. With this added stress, Brandon and Julia's relationship faces yet another challenge. Our take on Brandon and Julia's latest family misfortune. Brandon and Julia have a tough road ahead. Brandon and Julia have turned to therapy to work through their challenges, and Brandon has come to accept Julia's decision not to have children. However, Julia is now dealing with undisclosed health concerns she's not yet ready to share. Financially, the couple is also struggling. Julia admitted it was hard to cover their vet bills. With these growing pressures, their healing process after losing Simba may be hindered. After 90 Day, The Last Resort, it remains to be seen how they will handle these mounting issues while striving to build a relationship free of trust issues and disagreements.